Hello everyone, my name is Bryan Silver and I hope everyone's having a great day. I want to talk with you a little bit today about a man that until just recently I barely knew. But after a little communication, it wasn't long before it felt as if I'd known him for 20 years. This man is a contributor in the truest sense. Fernando Martinez is a hard-working yet quiet individual. Fernando's a native of Cayaguas, Puerto Rico. He comes to work every day to provide for his wife Mia and his two little girls. Until today, Fernando and I haven't shared much more than pleasantries, maybe a few jokes at work. I wanted to get inside Fernando's world and get to experience a little bit of what his life is like. His struggles, his successes, and how he came from Puerto Rico to the U.S. mainland. Thankfully, Fernando was very happy to share his story with me. I will forever be changed by the opportunity I was afforded to get to know him. I really want you folks to understand what an outstanding contribution Fernando brings to our society and to our culture. I spent a rainy Sunday afternoon with Fernando and his family, and was honored by the opportunity to interview Fernando. I got to see an intimate glimpse into Fernando's culture and how it blends with ours. I was fortunate enough to hear of the story of Fernando's fascinating life and how he got all the way from Cayaguas, Puerto Rico to Hopkinsville, Kentucky. I came from a very poor family, Fernando says. Cayaguas offered very little opportunity. Fernando joined the Army in 1995 and came to the States to complete basic training at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Fernando came from a large family of about 7 people. He had many brothers and sisters. His father was a construction worker and his mother was a seamstress. To make extra money for their large family, Fernando had to sell panadillas to make extra money. He had to go out and sell these. It's like kind of like we'd think of a panini, but he'd sell these to make extra money. Fernando studied English a lot in school. That's how he got his primary language is Spanish, but in Puerto Rican school they feel it's very important for them to be bilingual. Fernando is an avid basketball player in high school. And an interesting fact is his father and older brothers fought roosters to make a little bit of extra money on the weekends. Fernando says, I was surprised and I wasn't really prepared for the culture shock that he experienced when he got to the United States. He wanted a better life, and he made the decision to join the Army right out of high school. It provided him money for a more stable future. He says he felt very small when he came to the United States mainland. I think their island, he said, was 100 miles long by 35 miles wide. So that's a pretty small place to grow up and spend most of your life. You think about how much we travel around the United States and how many miles we put in on just a family vacation. But they come from a very small place. He says he felt like an outsider even though he is an American. It's an American territory. It says he got his first car when he got to Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Another interesting story is in Puerto Rico, all the police officers down there drive around with their blue lights on all the time. So when Fernando got his first car and was driving around our area, he saw blue lights and didn't pay it any attention. So he just kept driving because he just figured that was how things were supposed to be. That's how it was in Puerto Rico. It kind of got him in a little bit of trouble. He also found out that in Puerto Rico they like to have tailgate parties, and they have these parties just about anywhere, on the side of the road, wherever the mood strikes them, and that's kind of frowned upon here in the United States. I asked Fernando a little bit about what he thought about Puerto Rico becoming a state. That's been in the news here just recently, that the Puerto Rican people have decided that they would like to become a state. Interestingly enough, Fernando says how we'd have Republicans and Democrats. Their two parties are for joining the United States and against joining the United States. Fernando says he supports joining the United States because as of right now, they've only got one delegate in Congress that actually doesn't get a vote. He's there, but he doesn't get a vote. And for the money that it could bring to the island. Fernando said, enough about politics, let's talk about the fun things in life. I found out that the Puerto Rican culture is very family oriented, and they always have their meals together. That's kind of a little bit different from some of your traditional American families that sometimes family getting together, sitting down for a meal together isn't as important. His wife is a great cook. She's also Puerto Rican, and she made us a dish called esopao, which is a hearty gumbo made with chicken. It was very good. I loved it. Mia's a great cook. They're also very involved with their children. They really take the time to play with their children and spend a lot of time, be really involved in their lives. Some of Fernando's hobbies is he loves to fish, and he likes to play cards and drink lemoncillo. Fernando says, that's me in a nutshell. I really got an unfiltered look inside the innermost workings of the Puerto Rican culture through the eyes of one who lived it. When I come to work every morning, I will forever have a changed view of Fernando. I don't consider Fernando just a coworker anymore, but a true friend. I have a much better understanding of how Fernando got here, and Fernando's a valuable part of our community. He's a veteran, he's a husband, a father, and a dedicated city servant. I hope you enjoyed my story. I hope you have a great day, and God bless.